We're back with another platinum trophy, guys, and with no more South Park trophies left to platinum. Yeah, I'm not touching that. We are moving on to our next platinum run, and that is going to be Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart. Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart has 47 trophies, a difficulty on PSN profiles of 2 out of 10, and it's estimated to take us 10 hours. We do, however, have one missable trophy, but luckily there is a workaround for that, which I did end up having to do because my dumbass completely missed it. First up, as always, taking our time, enjoying the game and beating the story. After we do that, we clear up and get the final trophies. In this case, there are some special guns that require us to beat the game first in order to buy them. One final thing before we jump into this: if you do like what you are seeing, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more platinum journeys. Here we go! So Ratchet and Clank begins with a big celebration. Everyone's come together to celebrate how much Ratchet and Clank do for the world. Clank surprises Ratchet with a Dimensionator, which will allow him to travel through the universe and find his family. However, things are rudely interrupted by Dr. Nefarious, who arrives to try and ruin the party and gets his hand on the Dimensionator. He sends both Ratchet and Clank into different dimensions. The Dimensionator then starts having some weird, quirky stuff happening, and Clank tries to stop it, but it's too late. We're then introduced to a new character in Ratchet and Clank. Her name is Rivet, and she is also a Lombax like Ratchet. This does give us our first trophy, A Rift Apart. Ratchet then gets eyes on Clank for the first time since they were separated with a Dimensionator. However, they are under chase and Rivet quickly escapes in a escape pod. We get another trophy here for entering pocket dimensions, which are like little puzzle things for extra items that we can do. Whilst inside the pocket dimension, we grab another trophy here called Boing for boinging around. And another trophy here called Sartorial Steel, just for equipping an item that we got. We get another trophy here called Shiny, which is in one of the golden bolts. Ratchet then tries to find who can lead him to Clank, and we have to chase down this guy called Phantom, who's on the run, which clearly means that he is a wanted guy. And if he's wanted by Dr. Nefarious, chances are he can help us. He also gives us this really cool tool, which allows us to glide through walls. He also gives us Glitch, which is this little spider thing with this little mini game that we can start doing. So basically all you do in this mini game is you go around as Glitch and you have to shoot these things. You climb on walls. It is interesting. And it is a trophy that's going to be required later on. And then finds itself in a ship to try and find Clank. However, it requires a password, but we got an idea for that.
Sherbet lemon.
We then return back to Rivet and Clank, who are now on the planet Sargasso. There's a couple of trophies that we need to get here, but first of all, we've got to help out Mort and the rest of them because they are under attack by Nefarious's forces.
Help is on the way, dear!
Oh, and these weird frog things. Once we freed the Morts from Dr. Nefarious's forces, we have this weird portal thing that Clank decides he wants to take a look at. This is essentially another mini game that gets unlocked for Clank. It's actually quite fun. I would probably play this in my spare time. Basically, you have to guide these things to the other side. So yeah, you get these spheres and you guide them to the other side. Each sphere interacts differently. You can make them speed up, can make them fly, can reverse things. Overall, it's a pretty interesting little mini game. Once we solve that, we get another trophy here called Quantum Mechanic for solving the dimensional anomaly. We get another trophy here called No Need for Multiple for doing a ricochet bullet and killing 2 enemies. Things are coming to a close on the Sargasso planet, which means it is time for Mr. Big Boss. Whilst taking down the boss, we get the trophy They Blow Up Fast, which is getting a weapon to level 5. So with the boss finally crashing down, Rivet needs to get Clank back. She smacks out the enemy in the machine and saves Clank. This will give us another trophy, which I believe is called Hide and Seekipede. We then head to Zerky's bar. We get another trophy here called It's So Fluffy, which is find a Cragger Bear. We then try and chat up the bartender to get some information. We need to find our first mate, which is Pierre. Basically, we get into some combat here. We get a trophy called a Victory, which is for winning in the Battleplex Challenge. With that done, Rivet and Clank manage to get themselves a little device which allows them to finally converse with Ratchet. We get another trophy here called There's Even a Cup Holder, which means we have finally upgraded a weapon fully. Whilst on Blizzard Prime, we get a trophy called Sweet Sweet Victory, which is for doing a side quest where we have to defend this person. We also get this spy bot. We get another trophy here called Planning Some Destruction for collecting our first spy bot, which is what they just gave us. So a bit of a story update here. Essentially, the Dimensionator is broken.
Your staff is broken.
So Rivet's explaining that she believes that she knows someone that can fix it. There's a legend called the Fixer, which means we must now go and track them down and hope that they can fix the Dimensionator. This also gives us the trophy. This crystal is my things. We're then introduced to this giant robot. Hey, he kind of looks like the Iron Giant from the movie, right? Luckily, he is friendly. This is the Fixer, by the way, in case you didn't know. He destroys all those shits for us. No way he's going to turn on us, right? Right? God damn it. So this whole sequence here for me is probably the coolest bit in the game. You basically slide along these poles, dodging things left and right, swapping tracks because of oncoming things. For those problems, we get the trophy Emotional Support Bot. We get another trophy here called Full Rack, which means our weapon wheel now it has a weapon in every slot. We then return to Ratchet. It's been a while since we've been with him, hasn't it? He is trying to find more information on anyone that knows how to build a Dimensionator. And we find Gary. He tells us to go to the archives and believes his apprentice can help us. However, bad things going on in the village, of course. We get another trophy here called Must Go Faster by doing some awesome tricks while we speed around the world. We're about to grab another trophy here for reaching the archives. This is an unmissable one because it is just story based. So we land on the archives and we're going to knock the absolute stuffing out of these bad guys. Oh, I don't think I've introduced them yet. This is Kit, by the way. Kit is about to destroy the crap out of all these bad guys. So let's support Kit in this moment. We get another trophy here for collecting 5 gold bolts. So now we're on the planet Cordelian. There's a couple of trophies that are going to be required here. So also the game takes a bit of a creepy turn, you know. Yep, like I said, a creepy turn. However, they end up not being creepy. All they wanted was what the rest of us want, is friends.
Friend!
Although, I think they're a bit close for friends. Grab another trophy here called Just Stay Down for defeating 30 ejected nefarious trooper heads. So the reason we come to Cordelian was because we need to get the Dimensionator repaired here. Kit returns from the depths with the Dimensionator fully repaired. So I think it's time that we get the gang together, get the heck back to our places. We also get the trophy called It's Loose. So this is the missable trophy called Shifty Character. We had to go backtrack and get that. Ratchet and Rivet finally meet. It must be weird, like, I think they're the only 2 Lombaxes and they actually finally realize they're not alone. This guy again.
Not another one?
He's gonna do nothing for himself, isn't he? He just feeds off of our success. Damn you, Emperor Nefarious. So we end up having this big fight with Dr. Nefarious in the arena. We play as Rivet during this. However, once we defeat him, Emperor Nefarious arrives, and this guy, he's in pure white. He knows he's a badass, and he knows that we can't take him down quite as easily as Dr. Nefarious. Next up on the agenda is Ratchet trying to get all of our allies together, which means going and finding some unusual characters such as Quantum, in order to help us fight against Emperor Nefarious, not Dr. Nefarious anymore. At this point, this guy's he's just annoying, you know. He's overpowered. If he was a Marvel character or an MMO character, he'd be nerfed. Absolutely nerfed to hell right now. Quantum saves us here, but unfortunately he falls back into the portal himself. And for that, we get another trophy called Rated R. We then return to Sargasso as it is under attack by Emperor Nefarious' forces, and there are a couple of trophies that we're actually going to get at this point in the game, guys, so sit back and watch them come through. The first one is Extreme Gardening, which we get for defeating 30 enemies while they're toperied. With that trophy gotten, we enter the battle on the dragon that we've got. This will come in handy for another trophy later on, but first of all, let's take down these forces. we basically have to go around pick up these bombs, and then we pretty much just go to these giant ships and we toss bombs. You know, we're like World War II pilots now. You know, our dragons are Spitfire and we are taking down all the enemy ships. Kaboom. Does anyone else feel like this scene's just straight from Star Wars when they're watching the Death Star go down? However, Emperor Nefarious hasn't given up yet. He has got the Dimensionator after all, and he can just portal us to wherever he wants. Once the mothership is defeated, we do get the trophy Return to Sender for sinking the mothership. So like I said, while on Sargasso, we're going to get a couple of trophies. The first one here is Extinction Event for defeating 5 Grunthors. I don't know what that was. We get another trophy here called Life of the Party for deploying 50 Mr. Fungis. There's a big reveal here. Essentially, Kit is the one that I believe is the reason that Rivet doesn't have an arm. And now there's supposed to be the big reveal where Kit's going to turn into the robot. Rivet's going to realize and be like, no, I can't face you anymore. We get another trophy here called No Bones About It. It is a story-based one for retrieving the dimensional map. Rivet, now alone, heads over to the prison to try and free both Ratchet, Clank, and Kit. Although I don't think Kit's high on the priority list, do you? Rivet finally lays eyes on the rest of them, and she's clinging on to the prison cell itself. Let's go on a fun ride. We free Ratchet, Clank, and Kit from the prison, and Rivet decides, you know what, Kit can get lost. Kit can stay there on that planet for all I damn care. We're about to get a couple of trophies in a row. The first one is Destroy One on the Water Now. Then we get the one that says, Does My Tail Look Big? Which is for equipping armor. We get another trophy here for playing 3 songs from the jukebox in the bar. We get Halo Lombax DJ for that. We then head over to the arena because there's a couple of gun-based ones we can get that are easier to get on this. So we do a couple of these challenges. Easy way to level up your guns. We get the trophy called Can't Stop Me. Of headshots on these with the sniper rifle called Hole Puncher. We get the trophy Icebreaker, which is basically turn enemies into ice and then breaking them into little bits. Then we head back to Sargasso and the Morts because we, like I said earlier on, we have to fly this dragon to pick up these certain things, and it's going to give us another trophy, and it's also going to give us an item that we require for a future trophy. So what we want is these things called Zerg Stones. Trudy loves to eat them, and Trudy wants to give me that sweet trophy. So we get the trophy called Freedom Frenzy for that. We then get the trophy Lombax and Chill for interacting with the TV in Rivet's house. We also then head to this planet and we basically speak to these two on the chairs to get max relax. We then head to the longest rail we can find to get alert sponsors, which we just do a bunch of tricks. We head over to the weapon store and purchase Rhino 8. We get the trophy Aim to Misbehave for this. We then go around the planets to collect all the bears for the Unbearably Awesome. We then earn the trophy Might Have Broken Something by collecting these Lorb Stones. We need 3 of them to get the trophy. And then it's time, guys, to push on to the end of the game. So what we now require is to gather all our allies and try and bring down Emperor Nefarious once and for all. Rivet and Ratchet speak to all the allies, make sure they're all with us before the big battle begins. So once again, this is one of those missions that I just enjoy it for kind of why I enjoy gaming. Big set pieces again. We get a giant Emperor Nefarious robot just coming up. He is crazy. Look at him. Look at the size of him. I'd like to see him and the Fixer go at it. That'd be interesting to see. With the robot taken down, it's time to bring down Emperor Nefarious himself for the end of the game.
This is the part where you lose.
Finishing the game, we get the trophy 2 for 2 Nefarious. Okay, so with the main story over, we're now in that wrap-up phase. The last couple of trophies that are required before we retrieve that sweet platinum trophy to settle back and watch them come rolling in. We get the trophy Return Policy for returning shots with the reactor gun. And we get Glitch Finds a Way. Jurassic Park reference there.
Life finds a way.
Final trophy of our platinum run, guys, is fully stacked. You just need to restart the game because you unlock new guns after, and that gives us our platinum trophy. We've done it. Masters of the Multiverse, guys. Ratchet and Clank platinum complete. We did it. We finished Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart platinum trophy. Yes, that was the easiest platinum trophy we've done so far on the channel, especially because you don't have any difficulty tied trophy. South High, which we done previously, at least the last one we had the difficulty trophy, whereas this one we didn't have any. Next up on our platinum run channel will be Maneater. All the footage is done, I just need to get it all edited up. One thing I did want to say is we do have a Discord. Yes, we do, and I'm trying to create a community on that. It'll also allow you guys to vote on the next platinums because I want it to be more community led. I want you guys to decide what I'm going to be platinum in next. And I'm going to throw in some forfeits and accomplishments alongside that. So if you have enjoyed this video, you want to see more and you want to have an impact on the platinums that we're doing on this channel, make sure to go and join the Discord now. Leave comments down below, let me know what you want me to try and platinum next. And if you have any kind of things you want me to do if I don't accomplish them, because let's be honest, some platinums I'm not going to accomplish, then leave some forfeits down below as well and we'll look back at them.